Bob Iger making excuses for Disney's Star Wars, the DCEU future, Disney not buying Twitter, weird, as well as the Batman news. All coming up now. Hey guys, I'm Nick. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. We've got a lot to cover in this. We're going to dive right in now. So first off, Disney CEO Bob Iger says studio put out too many Star Wars movies too fast. The Star Wars Force Awakens was a pivotal moment in the franchise, reinvigorating the trilogy. Disney, I believe, had purchased Lucasfilm thinking their idea of Star Wars was going to just make them money hand over fist, which in the past it absolutely has, because it has featured great storytelling. It had a beginning, it had a middle, it had an end. George Lucas had an idea and a vision. Not everybody agreed with his original execution of episodes 1 through 3. The original stories from episode 4, 5, and 6, perfect. It was to the T, amazing. Not everybody agreed on the execution of episodes 1, 2, and 3. However, we agreed on the story. I myself definitely enjoyed episodes 1, 2, and 3. However, the execution wasn't necessarily what I was looking at. Disney, I'm not exactly sure why they're going these routes of really lambasting the fans. It's really sad for them to go after the fans. The fans want to see things happen in movies. I'm going to compare Star Wars to Harry Potter. As Harry Potter progressed through the series, the fans had fell in love with the characters and wanted to see them succeed. Whereas Disney, what they're doing with the Skywalker saga is that they're taking these beloved characters, they're killing them off, and they're introducing plot lines and stories that just don't make any sense. Nobody's falling in love with them. And to the point where George Lucas made every single person love Star Wars in the sense that every single person would want to redeem their father. That's what had the heart of Star Wars to the beginning of it, that Luke was able to save his father. At the end of the day, there's not a chance that where they had gone in this series that Luke would not be able or wanting to save anybody, his nephew, whoever it may be. So I don't agree with where that Star Wars has been taken. I don't think that there is a clear direction. I don't think that Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson had sat down and said, this is the beginning, this is the middle, and this is the end. It's clear. I mean, from where they're taking these movies and where they're taking the theme parks, that's another set. If you compare it to Harry Potter, every single person wants to go to Hogwarts. Every single person who had seen the movies is fully immersed by what Universal and Warner Brothers had done at their parks. You are immersed in buying a wand, going to Hogwarts, riding the rides. You are put into the movie, whereas Disney had taken Galaxy's Edge, put you in a place. I mean, it's like going to, it's so far off topic. They're taking you to a planet that you've never been to before, to places that you've never been to characters that you've never met before. Okay, you see the Millennium Falcon, you see a couple of X-Wings, but that's it. Going to the lands themselves, yeah, it's cool, but it is a forgettable experience. That is the key word about Galaxy's Edge, is that it's 100% forgettable. You're immersed when you go to Harry Potter. You want to purchase a wand. You want to enjoy that park. However, when you go over to Star Wars, it's more of a meh. It's something that's forgettable, and it's really sad that Disney has done. They should have modeled it after the original trilogy. Everybody on the planet knows and loves the original trilogy, and they have 2 parks. When they originally announced that they were going to have these parks, they have 2 parks that they have built Galaxy's Edge in, but they're mirror copies of each other. They had an opportunity here where they could have built potentially a light side and a dark side between 2 different states. I mean, in Business 101, you want reoccurring guests, reoccurring customers. The way to do that is to have an outstanding park in Orlando and have a second outstanding park in Anaheim. If you want to make them copies, fine. It just, to me, sounds like business sense. Have something a little bit different. Have something that I wouldn't get in Anaheim in Orlando and vice versa. So I don't think that they know where their direction is, and it's really sad to see that these great storytellers are not great storytellers anymore. Disney needs to get back to their roots. And if I was in charge of Disney, I wouldn't be running around talking about how I wanted to purchase Twitter or how I was thinking of buying or being acquired by Apple. Bob Iger is on these interviews right now going back and forth about how he wants to, or how he wanted to purchase Twitter, but he didn't want to do that anymore because of its toxicity and the fan backlash and whatnot. Well, dude, you need to get back to the basics. Start telling a great story. Another aspect of the parks, if you go to Disney and you have an opportunity to come to Orlando to Hollywood Studios, you go to the Toy Story Land. Yeah, it's a really cool land, but again, it's forgettable. They had a golden opportunity with Toy Story Land to put you in the movie, to set you right there. If you wanted to go to one of the gift shops, if they wanted to build a gift shop, the perfect place or model or outline to do that was Al's Toy Barn. It was in the movie. We could have gone to that location, picked up our own Buzz Lightyear from aisle 5 in Al's Toy Barn. I think that their Imagineers are trying to come up with these new concepts and ideas where fans don't want that. Fans, like myself, fans want to live the movies, act the movies. We wanted to go on the Jaws boat, we did it. We wanted to drive the DeLorean, we did that. And that was at Universal. We wanted to be a wizard, we became that at Hogwarts. We didn't go to Wartshog or some backwards location to do that. And I think that Disney's not understanding and not making it not bringing in the immersion to bring those repeat customers back. Yeah, people are gonna go because it's cool and it's new, but in the end, it's forgettable. Moving on to the Batman. Jonah Hill is in talks to play the Batman's nemesis. In this project, they are hinting at him being the Penguin. I think this is perfect casting. I really like the idea where they're going. I wasn't sold on Robert Pattinson in the beginning. I want to find out exactly what his character is going to be. They're not saying that it's a origin story. They're not saying that it's a prequel either, but they are saying that Frank Miller's beloved Year One series isn't an origin for this either. A little strange, a little off the hook. I don't see a common thread with where the DCEU is not matching up with the rest of the films. Are they great independent films? They absolutely could be. Wonder Woman was great. She fell into the DCEU. And this is where Warner Brothers, AT&T, they need to get into releasing the Snyder Cut. Not every person on the planet wants the copy-paste formula, funny, happy-duty, happy-go-lucky Marvel Cinematic Universe. The DC universe has always been more grit, but it's always had more of a grit feel to it. Zack Snyder brought a lot of that. It was a divisive film. I think that he was trying to pack too much into too little, and Warner Brothers really put the chains, the handcuffs on Zack Snyder. I don't blame him at all whatsoever. I think the story needed to be elongated. I think that fans obviously have a lot of love for Zack Snyder, and I think it's wise on Warner Brothers' part to release the Snyder Cut, to hit the reset button, to refresh and go from there. Start bringing these films back into the DCEU, and then you have your ability to make the MCU clone or copy. If you want that formulaic success, it does involve you being within the same universe. I think it was a shame that they can't get Ben Affleck to continue to be Batman. He was a great Batman. They could have gone straight from him, training into Nightwing. There was a lot of direction they could have gone. Henry Cavill is so far the best Superman that we've ever had. Clearly, fans like Jason Momoa. Clearly, fans really like where Wonder Woman and where Cyborg were going. However, all of that seems to be scrapped because it didn't have that instant success. And I think that Warner Brothers is the main person or the main group to fault. So hopefully AT&T can turn this around, get back to the negotiating table, negotiate these contracts, get us the Snyder Cut out. A perfect place to do that would be on HBO Max's platform. Once that subscription service hits next year, they could bring that out and there could be a huge amount of content that they could bring, and this is the perfect place to do it. Release the Snyder Cut. I'm on board. I want to see what the film looks like, and then we can take that universe from there. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.